Hi Scorpios, welcome to your reading for January 5th, 2024. We're just going to open right up. If you want to enter to win a free reading on 111, go ahead and put free reading in the comments and let's get started. Nice. It's like, excuse me, I'm moving my chair. It's like really cold here. Just at night. I had this super strange event happen. I got home and there were these like orange peels burning in one of my candles, and they like lit on fire. It was just a candle that was made for me for Christmas. It was really lovely, but I decided to use the fire to from the orange peels to light some sage. And as I was going around lighting the sage, it made all these like really powerful smoke rings, which the sage doesn't usually do. And then later, my son kicked over a glass, and the glass toppled over like upside down onto the floor, and it fell just at the right angle. Nothing broke, and it was holding all the water inside of it. So in order to pick it up, obviously all the water came out. But it's just like one of those bizarre, like spirit-filled evenings. So I wanted to pull the Shaman Oracle. We have the Hunter reversed as one of your first energies coming out here. You might be 27 years old. Your birthday might be the 27th if you're a Scorpio, um, or if you're a cross watcher. I was thinking November 27th, but if you're a cross watcher, 27th of anything really. Rely on your own skills to traverse the thick forest you are in to reach your destination. Ooh, this might mean some spiritual forests. I'm thinking of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. It's this really great story about one of Sir Arthur's knights. It's like an epic poem, and it's just silliness. It's wonderful, but I recommend reading it if you get a chance. Sorry. You need to follow the tracks left by spirit to claim your bounty, which is already prepared and being offered to you. Do not follow the maps drawn by others, as they will not lead you true. Instead, become the map maker. Find your internal compass and use all your senses, including your common sense. I'm going to grab the compass off of the altar here. The medicine says don't settle for the roadkill. It could be poison. Be careful that you do not become the prey of your desires and fantasies. Remember to not want more than you need, so you are not guided by unbridled ambition. It is okay to come home empty handed. Before the dawn of agriculture, we hunted in the forest to feed our kin. The hunter never takes more than what the village needs to survive, often taking only one creature, the good kill. He is a master tracker who knows which path to follow to find success. So you might be experiencing something right now, like a lot of abundance has come through for you Scorpios, or is Scorpios, or is coming through this month, according to your readings. Weaving the web, the story of your own life, has been a theme over the last few days. And also the idea of not taking enough or not taking too much because you're going to be given enough is like, I think, one of those ultimate tests of faith as well. When you're in the flow with spirit and like nature and life unfolding around you, um there's, I don't know if you've experienced it before, you know what I'm talking about. But basically spirit provides exactly when you need it, right at the last minute. Sometimes like it just gets you into that moment of like anxiety, and then boom, your blessings appear, and like at the last hour, final hour. So you might be kind of making things, like appearing to make things stretch right now, especially your own like physical energy. You know, hunters exert quite a lot of energy. um let's dive in a little deeper. I think maybe one more of these. The drum reverse. Your birthday might be on the 15th. There's some blockages in your energy, so this is telling me you might need to do a clearing. Just the fact that these cards are coming out reverse indicates some energy blockages. But don't fret too much about that, because a lot of times when we have blockages, it's like divinely orchestrated and they're there to teach us something. So the medicine for the drum says you travel to the beat of a different drum. It's time to acknowledge you do not fit a mold or role or relationship that is not in tune with you. Find your rhythm, respond to the heartbeat of the distant drum. The price you pay for lingering becomes higher with each passing day. Now is the time to move on. Oh, that's interesting. So both of these cards indicate like taking the path less traveled. Um, you might do something unconventionally, or like you might live unconventionally or believe unconventional beliefs, and you might have been trying to fit a mold for like a really long time. um, the mold of your family, the mold of your friends, the mold of your expectations, whatever that is. And this energy, this weekend, this Friday anyways, is calling for you to break out of that. So we're going to look into how you can do that. The sacrifice reverse um, is your how. You might be 44 years old. You might be seeing 44 as number synchronicities in order to um, follow that path. I'm also hearing like developing a language of synchronicities or symbols, so that you don't get overwhelmed by the influx of symbols, like giving them meaning, um, asking the universe to show you symbols and then responding. So the medicine of the sacrifice, it says in essence, the sacrifice means to make sacred. It's an offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. So the medicine, or the reverse meaning, is what is one person or thing that you feel you cannot live without. It is time to offer it all to spirit so that it may unfold as it will. Do not cling to the old form or allow your sacrifice to weigh heavily upon you. You have sacrificed yourself and your dreams for too long. Now is the time to rededicate yourself to your journey. When you make sacred, you open the doors to infinite wealth. Do not delay. That's interesting. What can you not live without? And then give it all over to spirit. I'm feeling a deep dive into some past life stuff might help to uncover, because I felt drawn to the shaman oracles, and the shamans of the past are how we began to intuit knowledge from nature and from the divine, and how we eventually came to formulate stories around those occurrences to create like religions and spirituality. So I want to look into that path a little bit. And I also wanted to clarify quickly before I forget, um, what's the sacrifice? How can you begin to follow your own journey? Definitely the symbols. Okay, wow. 5 of Swords, 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords reversed, 8 of Wands. I don't know if I should have taken all those, but I did. That's interesting because the Hunter reverse is like, don't take more than you need. Um, that's too many, Spirit. That's weird. I haven't really had that occur. But your reading yesterday said, I asked for 1 cup and I got 10. Thank you. Like, there's something here about, like, I think specifying your manifestations, again, like specifying the language of your symbols and synchronicities, and maybe even writing those down. Like, I noticed a cup of water fall over and not break, and because it had fallen just the right way, all the water was inside of it still, instead of pouring out onto the floor, because physics is crazy. What does that mean? It means that, like, we had the 2 of Swords there, like a quick decision. I'm thinking like somebody who decides quickly, as in like turning it over quickly, holds more than a person who like slowly lets it all pour out. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, you're blocking your Ace of Pentacles or your blessings potentially because of not engaging with this language of symbolism, synchronicity, of even like the laws of manifestation, at least more regularly. But you surely can with the drum, especially just spending time in silence and listening to spirit, meditating. I think I'm really getting, yeah, that will bring you a new emotional beginning. Wow. Okay. The world. Oh, okay. The world. Knight of Pentacles, the Emperors, the Emperor, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Wands reverse. So no more waiting for this slow-moving Knight of Pentacles. Close out this cycle by ruling the dominion of your empire, like taking dominion over your empire. Establish your language of synchronicities. Stop waiting for your ships to come in. They're already here. The Lovers is the choice in this regard. If there's somebody you want, just like the sacrifice said, somebody you can't live without or something, um, give it over to spirit. That's what this Ace of Pentacles is. Give that over to spirit. And I mean this in a very metaphorical way. I don't mean sacrifice in like the literal sense. Although if you wanted to do something like a food offering, um, like bring something out into the woods, or like a burnt offering, like the candle with the oranges and the sage, just something like that. That's a very good symbolic gesture, not just for spirit, right, but for you to start engaging with those symbols. Like we train our brains via ritual, and by ascribing meaning to things. Again, going back to that idea that shamans sort of interacted with nature and the environment in order to like intuit not only like through the spirits, right? Because some people believe this and some people don't. I think personally that there are spirits, everything has a spirit, and that you can or we can enter a certain space of consciousness that allows us to like communicate on the level of DNA, and DNA is just information, right? You should check out Jeremy Narby if that's a subject that interests you. In any case, what I was getting at is that everything's a story. Sorry. So the Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor once you make the choice about what it is you are going to give over to spirit, whatever it is you've been hanging on to so tightly. And once you start engaging in this meditative communication regarding symbols, what it is you want, communicating with spirit, the divine daily, through these offerings of ritual. Sorry, yeah. So that's what it was. That ritual is our language to the brain. This is what I want. This is what I want. Like, and you use all of your senses in order to like create different neural pathways so that that's more easily accessible to your perception. So however you like to think of rituals, that's how I like to think of them. Just like our daily rituals. I pulled out a past life card. You have greed, corruption, ignorance, indulgence, the fall of civilization. So you might be, this is Atlantis. So you might be like Atlantean, or you might have come from like an Atlantean civilization, the Atlantean civilization, um, or Lemuria or something like that. In the 3D, it says Middle Ages. The lesson is forgiveness. The death was suicide, Southern Europe. Mental illness is the trauma. The faith was Gnostic or dualistic. Love separated by distance. Identity, guru or idol. So perhaps in a past life, you were the kind of like you were a person who experienced the fall of a civilization and then helped a new civilization, like move to another civilization that was like a little bit less advanced, perhaps in the early Middle Ages, and offered like knowledge, but because of the knowledge you were offering, you were perceived as having like a mental illness. Your faith was something like Gnostic or dualistic, which during this time was like heresy. So if you think about even the idea of mental illness up until the 1970s, you could be like involuntarily lobotomized for being promiscuous. Like it's crazy. So your love, your relationship with love in this past life was one separated by distance, but to some you may have been a guru or an idol, which is possibly why this death occurred the way it did in this situation. I don't know how much I want to get into this past life stuff. It's already getting like, woo, we'll pull one more and then go for it. Yeah, wise person, enlightened, wounded healer, well informed. Totally. That you might have been. I'm hearing like any of the antediluvian teachers, like Hermes Trismegistus, Quetzalcoatl, are like those those characters really resonate with me. The people that come from advanced civilizations after a giant flood to like teach new civilizations, they're all over the world in all these different stories. Um, so I recommend checking that out if that resonates with you. Location, lost civilization. Yeah, totally Atlantean. There's this guy who says he remembers all of his past lives and he was an Atlantean. He has interviews on YouTube and like Gaia TV. If you know who he is, go ahead and comment. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. I think it's like Alex something. Um, Becoming more natural is the lesson because you're like from another civilization. Fanatical faith. The trauma is oppression. Love, spinster. Identity, lover. Whoa, that's crazy. An identity that like is like opposite of what you become, like not being able to come into your own, into yourself. So in this lifetime, it's like you're here to be able to complete these ancient like lessons that were not like of forgiveness and what's the lesson here? Becoming more natural. Forgiveness to yourself for being like the kind of incarnated being that is like, I want to say from an advanced civilization, but can't seem to like get the human experience. There's something about the human experience that is like truly bizarre to you, and you have not been able to really grasp it, which is interesting with the hunter because the hunter relies on human senses and a mechanism called bionosis, where like the more time you spend out in nature, the more you like get to know the texture of the ground. This texture of the ground means it'll give way. Like this kind of appearance of water on these plants means that if I follow it that way, there's a river, you know, like these intuitive things that only a person with experience living through the senses can know. Um, this might, for you, mean again like synchronicity, signs, symbols, the law of attraction, really tapping in to how your body receives spiritual information and spiritual knowledge and like how to channel that in this 3D experience um, in a way that is acceptable in the 3D and not resulting in this suppression or accusations of mental illness or oppression rather. What is the Ace of Cups? This lovely new, I think it's been explained, this lovely new beginning, but I want to see if there's more. I love that these came out looking like the past looking at you. These eyes. New work. You might be getting a new job or career. Okay, now we're getting grounded. Cool. You might be being able to like ground your ideas in work, whatever it is you do. It might just be that maybe you're just doing something totally normal, like maybe you're a checker at Safeway or something, and you're able to like just greet everybody with a smile or sing a song. I don't know. There was this checker once at Safeway who was just the happiest guy ever, and he sang a song to make. I think it wasn't my son because it was before I had him, but maybe my niece. Anyway, there was a kid. Yeah, I think it must have been my niece, and he like started singing a song. Just the happiest guy ever. It was above and beyond. So it might be that you're able to channel all this energy into going above and beyond in something totally normal. Um, and you're turning this into something meditative and fulfilling rather than this Eight of Pentacles. I sometimes see it as like the repetition becomes sort of confining. But here, it's almost like with the blue tunic he has on, he's in the red tights. He's managed to temper his faith and his voice into this work in the 3D. The voice is the color of the throat chakra is blue, and then blue to me indicates faith as a spiritual, as one of those signs and symbols. The tower reversed. Yeah, you're avoiding a tower. Or reestablishing something that was apparently broken through this work. Oh, you don't even see this. Yeah, just you doing you is like the tower you're avoiding is potentially shown to you, but really it honestly doesn't even matter. If that's not in your experience, it's like there was another choice you could have made, or many other choices you could have made, and you didn't. Queen of Wands. I'm getting this Queen of Wands as somebody other than you, Scorpio. Fire sign you could have been dealing with, potentially looking at your fortunes, whatever those may be. I'm going to move these over so you can see them a little bit better. There we go. So she's looking over here at the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. She's on top of the Moon reversed and the Tower reversed. So you may very well be coming enlightened to she might be a witch. This is weird. Who is this Queen of Wands? Justice. What? I mean, this story grows deeper. And why is she looking over here? You might be dealing with a Libra and a fire sign. Eight of Swords reversed. All right. She may have been trying to keep you stuck or prevent you from seeing a choice in love that would bring the Wheel of Fortune in your favor. Prevent you. Yeah. Eight of Swords reverse is coming unstuck. Three of Wands reverse is coming unstuck. So somebody may have, she's come up in your readings reversed the last couple of days. She may have been trying to keep you stuck through potentially even the justice system. Maybe we're experiencing somebody but you have balance here. And the Empress reversed. Libra again. I don't know. I think I'm just getting the sensation that this isn't really like this is all happening behind the scenes, and it's possible you will never even know like that this was going on. This situation will resolve and you'll have dominion, you'll be unstuck, You'll have made your choice about what's important to you, and the wheel of fortune will move in your favor. You'll meet your destiny. The last couple of readings have talked about you meeting your destiny as well. Things will come into balance. Anybody who was working against you, especially if it was a Libra or a fire sign, a witch fire sign, somebody with fire, lots of fire in their chart, they're stuck back here looking at you, kind of bring things into balance. I really want to know a little bit more about this. What is the justice for Scorpio? Four of Swords reversed. What is the justice for Scorpio? Strength. You have lots of major arcana and like people out here. What I see right now, Scorpio, is like you here with the 8, just doing your work. New emotional beginning. If this isn't you, it's somebody you're connected to who you care very much for. The 8 I'm seeing here is connected to this 8, the infinity symbol, strength. You've had the strength to persevere through things you didn't even like know were going on, related perhaps to the justice system or somebody who I'm hearing they thought they were treating you fairly. Again, maybe a Libra in your life. And this Queen of Wands. I usually really love the Queen of Wands, and sometimes I associate her with your energy, but I don't like her here on top of the Moon reversed and the Tower reversed. And with the Four of Swords reversed, it's like this person's resting, they're laying something to rest, like recovery. It can mean this is like on top of Justice and the Queen of Wands, as somebody who is not friendly to you, this is somebody who's like talking about you or your person as like someone who needs recovery. And then we have mental illness back here, oppression, forgiveness. You may be needing to seek out forgiveness for someone or offer forgiveness to somebody in your heart or your emotional space. This might be the work you're doing, is like managing some deep emotions. And you might have done this over and over and over and over and over and over again with all kinds of people, like who just didn't understand you. You're a Scorpio, right? And Scorpios can be misunderstood. That's kind of the MO of the Scorpio. But what is becoming understood through your actions and through you doing the work is that this narrative that was designed to keep you stuck, to keep you in the tower, keep you stuck, keep you in the tower, keep you from closing out a cycle, make you move slow, that is ending because you've done the work. Your actions are manifesting. You're manifesting. So what's the Empress reversed here in the outcome? The Knight of Swords. Somebody rushing in to offer some sort of cutting, potentially like ego maiming owie. The Star and the Hierophant reversed. Oh. You may find wish fulfillment in a separation from tradition that makes somebody else very upset. If the Empress reversed is your energy, it could be that you resist the entire sort of trope of being the I'm getting the barefoot at home pregnant mama. Somebody might be rushing in trying to cut down your ego for, again, walking your own path. It's like you've discovered what is for you and what isn't for you. And the Hierophant reverse is very much walking away from traditions, but this is your wish fulfillment. You might be dealing with an air sign as well. Fire and air here, which can make for pretty volatile energies. But you're super grounded through all this. What else in the outcome here for Scorpio with this? What's this? Two of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Temperance reversed. Ten of Pentacles reversed. The Queen of Swords. So you're speaking your truth about somebody's intemperance, if this is you, or somebody is coming in and speaking out about somebody's intemperance. With the Four of Swords reversed and Temperance here, it might be somebody who has no control over their impulses. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is like coulda, shoulda, woulda with the Queen of Swords here. It's like everything was possible, but because Temperance was not, it was like blocked. I think it's interesting you have Temperance reversed in the Star, and both of them have two cups, right? One in each hand. She's pouring into her own river here. The angel is pouring into 1 foot in, 1 foot out, as above, so below. Pouring each cup back and forth. Balance, balance. Interesting. If this Queen of Swords is you, you might be speaking out about an injustice regarding your happiness that occurred here. And everything's gonna work out in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune here. And the Lovers, you've made your choice. You may be adopting your Queen of Swords energy. You're charismatic, I'm hearing, is not the word for the Queen of Swords. Charismatic is the Queen of Wands here, but like, what's the poise? Like you're able to deliver cutting words with poise, like the Bridgerton ladies, or McGonagall, Professor McGonagall. It's like you're coming out with your truth and maybe teaching somebody a lesson. What's the Star for Scorpio here? Six of Swords reversed, huh? You may have walked away from a situation, or maybe you thought you walked away from a situation that's coming back in. Death. This is you. Oh, Six of Swords. Walking away from a situation you thought was gone with death. Death leads into resurrection for the Scorpio collective, right? 14 is Temperance reversed over here. So it's like you're resisting this resurrection. And this resurrection is like a new version of you entirely. This is the Pope here praying for, I think this is the woman on the Strength card. The child, and death is like indiscriminate, comes for everybody. The King has fallen here. The King has fallen. That might be significant to somebody. I'm getting such interesting energies coming through tonight. There's definitely some new energy. Let's see. King of Swords. The Queen and the King of Swords are like, I see them as the divine couple that is married not because of their passions, not because necessarily of their love for one another, but because they've unified to like raise a kingdom together. It's a business arrangement. Um, you may have been dealing with something like this or someone like this in the past with the work here also. It's like you've done the emotional work to close out this cycle. In this Knight of Pentacles, slowly, it's taken a long time, slowly but surely. Maybe this Emperor comes in. If this Emperor is not your energy, like you embodying your divine masculine with the number 4, here this is like maybe an Aries or strong masculine figure, someone in a position of like dominion over this King and Queen of Swords. Somebody comes in basically and offers this thing you've been waiting for, or offers you some sort of ultimatum so that you can make the choice. And whatever choice you make, the Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor and you're getting wish fulfillment. And I don't know what all of this is. It looks like you're laying a situation to rest. And I'm getting this really interesting sensation that this Queen of Swords turns into this King of Swords. You might be going through a transition. You might be like transitioning um, from one gender to another. You might be gender fluid with the 6 of Swords here. And like these, the 2 of Pentacles, I'm sorry. The 2 of Pentacles, and then what was over here? Like the infinity symbol. There was just this thing about like a back and forth. You might have been kind of wishy-washy about something, or you might actually be like transitioning from one to another. Huh. I'm seeing for the first time really her cloak has like clouds all over it. And her robes are gray. And his are blue and red. So she like thrives in obscurity and obfuscation. Like anything that's been hidden from you with this moon reversed and tower energy, it's like not hidden from you, you know, intuitively, especially if you've been sitting down with spirit and receiving this knowledge. What has been hidden from you is the 10 of Pentacles reversed and Temperance reversed. So I'm just going to say this, Scorpio, if you've been struggling with some sort of addiction, this is you realizing how much it has taken from you and gaining the strength to balance that out. If this is someone else who's been struggling with an addiction, they may be moving to calmer waters and learning how to receive guidance. With the Empress reversed, I'm thinking of it as facing towards them. But it might be really hard for them to receive. And it might even mean, if you're embodying this King, Queen of Swords energy, you going from a space of being poised in your communication but clear to being super straightforward and being done and over that situation. Like walking away, or laying it to rest, whatever that is for you. Anything else here for Scorpios? 3958. Take it as it resonates. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps my channel grow. Thank you to those of you who have already. I really super appreciate you, and I'm really glad you're here. Three of Swords. Yay. Laying that to rest. You're laying that Three of Swords to rest. Put it down. The Hangman, it might be holding you back a little bit still, or you might be transmuting that pain into spiritual knowledge, into wisdom. That's what the Hangman is, on top of the Three of Swords, on top of the King of Swords. This is you absorbing the lessons that you need to absorb that are painful and hard to look at, facing them head on, laying the past to rest, and gaining the knowledge that is going to allow you to like give back to your community, even if it just means by embodying a totally different persona, or even just a slightly different tweak in your persona that like can change your entire existence. Maybe that's just communion with the divine. Maybe it's communion. Maybe you're converting. Definitely getting energies of like converting. Wounded warrior reversed. Somebody who refuses to heal. You might be stuck in I'm hearing like the weight of the injuries that have been caused to you for a little bit, and it's okay to lick your wounds if you need to, you know. You may have been already doing this, but I think when this is revealed to you, the moon reverse and the tower reverse with this Queen of Wands, whatever that is, you might feel a little bit like, ugh. The Nine of Wands reverse, if it's not licking your wounds, it's also you just being like, oh yeah, I went through that, and like being able to move on. I'm getting 2 readings for it, actually. Three of Pentacles reverse. People gossiping, talking about you, looking over at your fortune and being like, why is that person doing that thing? If it's a new job opportunity that you've gotten, excuse me, people might be talking about you like you don't know what you're doing. And this is you with the Nine of Wands reverse being like, I've been through so much already, like I don't even, like you can say whatever you want. I know my worth. Facing it head on, moving forward. But also, you know, when you move out of this King and Queen of Swords energy, be aware of like disregarding how other people receive you, right, in your path of service. It's important that in our path of service we are acknowledging how we serve and who we serve, right? I wanted to come through. Ace of Swords reverse, some kind of lie. People lying about you? Is that what this is? Or Queen of Cups reverse, Three of Pentacles reverse. Icky situations. Why so many reversals? Page of Cups reverse. This is somebody with the Knight of Wands who, like, this is somebody or many people, again, you've done this over and over and over, who, with the work, the emotional work of healing from being, like, outcast and misunderstood. These are a bunch of people who, like, outcast you, misunderstood you, didn't empathize with you, lied about you, gossiped about you, turned you away, and, like, you're healing by facing this head on. The Knight of Wands is somebody who is inspired. Sometimes I also read him as the wounded warrior, because in the Nine of Wands we have the Nine of Wands, we have the wounded warrior, and then the Knight of Wands like gets this passionate energy, and I always think it's from like that injury. It's like the last injury, and he's like fiery, ready to go, gets that last burst of adrenaline to like go into battle because he's moving backwards, right? So the Knight of Wands I sometimes think of as the wounded warrior, and in this context, in that context rather, the wounded warrior, he keeps going back to the past and like not being able to forgive and forget. You have the Page of Cups reversed here. Like maybe you feel like somebody owes you an apology, or you've been ruminating over that, like they never apologized or whatever, but you're eventually moving on and things are coming into balance, and they're, whoever, all these people that you've just kind of had to leave behind are watching, and they'll understand you through your actions, is what I'm hearing. Even though it sounds like you might rather use your words with the King and Queen of Wands, your actions are going to speak louder. Or the King and Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, did I say Wands? Ace of Swords reverse. A big lie. This is a lie you've been telling yourself, potentially also about who you are, about your capabilities, about what you think you deserve. I'm not going to like tell you where that comes from, right? But we did pull a couple of past life cards here, so it might be some sort of intergenerational trauma, some sort of shadow aspect of your psyche that is deeply rooted to your neural network and how it is structured and how it functions. And so you might be experiencing some like otherworldly or spiritual or ethereal things, because when your neural network begins to deeply transform on those fundamental structural levels, it's like the scaffolding that holds your sanity together starts to like slip a little bit, but only a little bit, hopefully, right? I'm a tarot reader, not a doctor, so if you're experiencing anything that you feel you can really use help for, please do reach out to somebody. I really enjoy the Red Book, and I've recommended it many times because Carl Jung was one of the founding like minds in Western psychology, and he had many experiences and encounters with the supernatural. The Red Book is a long, dry text, but he has, I mean, I love it. It's wonderful. I love dry text. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight kind of is also. We had 4644 on the timer there. But there's other books about his encounters with the supernatural as well that are more accessible. So I highly recommend looking at that if this story resonates with you. What is this Ace of Swords reversed? We're almost out of time here. This has been a long reading, but the Light Seers Tarot. The Light Seers Tarot is some cut and dry, no nonsense tarot. So let's go for it. A couple of cards here for this Ace of Swords reversed. Outcome: how can Scorpios unblock these blockages? Work, new emotional beginnings. Seven of Pentacles reverse. The Seven of Pentacles came out in the Rider-Waite too. The Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords came out as well. It's like a knight in shining armor. Excuse me. Wow, that was really hard to say. This guy's rushing in to come to somebody's rescue, driven by his shadow. So you might have an encounter with your own shadow or your own blockages that allows you to come in to save someone else. I do not recommend saving people from themselves. It's not possible. People have to meet themselves where they're at, but support is a different thing. This, on the other hand, could indicate you saving somebody else, like from you. Maybe the way that you view yourself is as somebody who can be a bit cutting. The Emperor reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Sorry, I'm still getting to know these cards, and I like to know the specific meanings of individual decks. Even though it's nice to have the basic scaffolding is coming through. The basic scaffolding. As I give thanks for what I am about to harvest, I know that my life is headed in the right direction. Giving up too early, impatience, losing faith, not following through, frustration with rewards. Wow. Frustration with rewards. Is this you, Scorpio, or is this the person you've been dealing with? The Emperor reversed. I lead the circumstances in my world with confidence, harmony, and generosity. The shadow seer of the emperor, unchecked power, being overly pragmatic and rigid, corruption, selfishness, defensiveness, a desire for control, being stubborn. So you may have been dealing with somebody who just, that's their nature. Maybe you were dealing with an Aries. I want to just clarify, is this your energy, Scorpio? Page of Swords. Knight and the Page of Swords. That is so interesting. Definitely a lot of air. Restless energy, curiosity, a thirst for information, learning new things, an apprentice or student, intellectual pursuits, ideas, and reasoning, a messenger. I'm still unclear. I think this could be you, if only because we opened with a bunch of reverse energies about you kind of following your own story. But I don't feel like that's the case for most of you. Take it as it resonates. If you can face something head on, like that King of Swords, and this is something that you need to take accountability for, then you know who you are. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. If this is you, these are people coming to your aid. Loyal friends, students, perhaps. Maybe you are an intellectual or an academic. Page of Wands reversed. It's like misused inspiration. Seven of Cups, being overwhelmed by illusion or choice. The Hierophant upright. The spiritual staircase. This guy is in divine madness right here, divine bliss. All right, one last message and then we'll close this out. What I'm seeing is that you may have gone through with this emotional work that you've been doing, and then we have mental illness back here, oppression, becoming more natural. And then we talked about the Red Book and shamanism, spirituality. You might have gone through something that was like a serious emotional opening or overhaul or like download. I'm seeing the image of that cup that fell upside down and was holding all the water against the floor. Like instead of all the water pouring out all over the place, it was just suctioned inside this cup. Like it was like you were holding all of these emotions like this cup when all of them should have been flowing. And this may have put you into a place of like being able to manifest blessings in relationship with the divine. But it's like you got maybe so overwhelmed by this sort of divine madness or whatever that you got to a place where you were like, well, if everything matters, nothing matters. Like, I don't even see the point of trying to like 53, 55 on the timer. You might be 55 or 44 again, or 46. I don't even see the point of trying to like manifest specific things. Why would I do that? And this Ace of Swords reverse might be you, and the Ace of Pentacles reverse, you not like seeing this gift for what it is and not being able to like channel it, being stuck in the Seven of Cups energy, Seven of Pentacles reverse, like not being able to like be thankful for your harvest because you might not even be harvesting things. So it's like going to the grocery store and buying a bunch of groceries and then not using them and letting them rot in your fridge. That's what this energy is. It's like, oh, I have all this stuff, and then not really knowing what to do with it. Yeah, the Emperor reversed. I have all this power and I don't know what to do with it. So you have people who are loyal to you coming to your aid, or people who are loyal to your ideas or have similar ideas. You may be finding some sort of soul tribe kind of deal going on, and you're finding a way to ground these aspects of like this divine madness into 3D reality, bridging the 5D and the 3D. And I'm hearing it's through joy with this Hierophant, like he's just laughing. So I think this was a long-winded way of saying do what makes you feel joy. And if you're at this place of kind of feeling like existential absurdism overload or something, you can read some books. I think other people's stories may help to inspire you to realize like you're not alone. Other people have experienced this. It's part of the human experience. Become more natural. Go outside, spend time outside in your senses. Uh, Turn off the electricity. And when you're using electricity, let it be for things that are like inspiring you. I mean, not necessarily like lights and stuff, but like if you're using your phone or whatever, like let it be for information that inspires you. Maybe you have a motorcycle or you know somebody with a motorcycle. Maybe just go on like a drive or something to chill out. There's a lot of mental energy here. Wish fulfillment again. Yeah. You have major wish fulfillment coming in and you're thinking and thinking and thinking about it. Maybe thinking too much about it. But I think what you don't see, you have the moon reverse here and the tower reverse, is how much work you've done, especially emotionally. So give yourself some credit, Scorpio. Follow your own journey. You may be unconventional and misunderstood, but there are those who do understand, and their voices may be silent. They might be past, they might be gone. You might find them in books, at least for the time being. But this tells me there's somebody in the physical coming your way. Loyal friend, maybe somebody quick spoken or outspoken, um, somebody young at heart, or maybe a couple people. And this is going to bring wish fulfillment. All right, I hope this was a good, helpful reading for you all. It went way longer than I thought it was going to. They always do, but I'm happy and grateful for that. Please let me know if it did. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe if you're still here. You can donate on Patreon by joining to be a member, $5.55 a month. I sometimes post little readings there or little affirmations, and you can join my, you can donate on Patreon, sorry, or book an Etsy reading on my Etsy. All of that is linked in the description box below. Otherwise, 58 minutes on the timer. I'll see you all, I think on Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow. All right, bye.